John Bull and Massamba Diop. And Arizona State controls the tip. Sun Devils 11-9 overall. They got their second conference win on Saturday, beating Cincinnati 82-68. There's Diop. He is given the three, and it's off the front rim, pulled down by John Bull. Michael Stillwell bullying his way inside. Bull mishandles the pass. There is Fulks, harassed by Odom. Shot clock down to 5. Bull goes to the floor to save it. Fulks finds Burks up top for 3. A wild possession that was, and an offensive rebound for Stillwell. He'll tee it up from the corner and connect.
Strong defensive possession to start the game for Arizona State, but you gotta finish it with the board. You can't give this Knights team second opportunities.
And JaMychal Stillwell, one of the elite offensive rebounders, not just in the conference, but in the country. Odom works off a screen. His three is well short. That was a chance to get to 16-4 tonight, and he is approaching a 200 win mark. Stillwell with an errant pass was taken away by Diop. Odom in transition. This Arizona State team thrives on the break. Around and out for Santiago Truitt. Fulks hesitation and the spin. What a finish by Themis Fulks.
So good in transition. If you don't stop the basketball against Themis Fulks, he is going to get into your painted area and either find a play for his teammate or create a finish for himself at the basket.
Coming off a game against Colorado in which he scored 19 points with 8 assists. He has been on a tear as of late. Bryce Ford creates space, and the step back rattles home.
That's a welcome sight if you're Arizona State. Like, this is a group that can be heavily reliant on Odom to do the majority of their scoring. The others have got to come along with him tonight.
Riley Kugel puts it on the deck. Bounce pass, Bull. Good finish.
Paint, and more paint for UCF. The dribble drive penetration of a guy like Fulks or JaMychal Stillwell on the post are the two things this Arizona State defense has really got a key on tonight.
Ford just inside the three-point line. Diop the last to touch.
Reaction of offense for the Knights.
Off the press, the kick out Kugel. Fulks working on Gribovich. Stillwell, big size mismatch. Shovels it to Bull, who hammers it down.
One of the underrated parts of Stillwell's game is his ability to pass right there. The double team from Gribovich and Truitt. Mo Odom on the backside's got to rotate down on John Bull and take away the big fella at the rim.
3 assists on 4 field goals for UCF. Truitt on the baseline, spins on Stillwell. This little head and shoulders fake. Couldn't get the shot to go. Knights on the run. Fulks, how about that body control? Couldn't get the shot to go.
A Euro step. Oh man, that would have been an incredible finish.
Truitt, little push off there of Stillwell. High degree of difficulty on the bucket for the Argentinian.
Yeah, wait, no lack of size and length for the big fella, right? At 6'11", if he can become a better finisher around the cup, it'll really make him a much more effective offensive player.
Kugel going to work on Truitt. Answers with the long jumper.
And he's been feeling really good as of late. 22 points on the road in that win against Colorado, 6 of 8 from the three-point line. Riley Kugel's been playing some of his best basketball here in late January.
Scoring, rebounding, and assists. Conference play for Kugel than they were in non-conference. Ford quiets the crowd with a triple.
Yeah, go under that ball screen on Bryce Ford. He says, I'll take my look if I like it. I like the confidence from the young fella.
Fulks fade away on the baseline. Diop pulls it down. Arizona State, one of the top transition offensive teams in the country. They want to get out and run and score early in the shot clock. There's Diop. He grew up a North Carolina fan. and always wanted to go to North Carolina. He went to watch Duke play against Navy when they had David Robinson at the Meadowlands in Jersey, and he said Johnny Dawkins had an incredible reverse dunk. Duke won that game, eventually went to the Final Four that year, and that was a big part of the reason why he ultimately started following Duke and chose to go play for the Blue Devils.
No question. I mean, and also, how many times do you call a game where you have two guys that can say, I'm not sure if there would be a Mike Krzyzewski, there would be a Coach K without either of these 2 point guards. I mean, Bobby Hurley is considered and regarded by many people as the greatest point guard of all time in college basketball, and I think all of us know, what Johnny Dawkins represents to the Duke program. So it's an incredible couple of players, and now doing their thing as coaches.
Hurley, most outstanding player at the Final Four in 1992 when Duke won a national title. Johnny Dawkins was the National Player of the Year in 1986. And they are 2 of 11 Duke players that have their jersey hanging in the rafters of Cameron Indoor Stadium.
So we've got about 18% of the Duke legends in the building.
That's right. Missed 3.
Yeah. Humility is a staple of Johnny Dawkins' character and who he is. So you expect nothing more, nothing less for him to take the high road. But his reverse slams used to be something to see. I'm telling you. Go online and YouTube. Coach Dawkins' reverse jam against UNC. It'll be the best thing you see all day.
Anthony Pig Johnson with a rainmaker of a 3. Just came in off the Arizona State bench, and he is electric off the bench. Second leading scorer at 13.7 points per game.
True spark plug off the bench for Bobby Hurley. I mean, 14 points per game. A guy's going to come in and be very aggressive in taking his looks.
Kugel rises up on the baseline. That ends an 8-0 Arizona State run.
Just a poise and a confidence with Kugel when he has the basketball in his hands. He went through a stretch there in mid-December where he kind of lost it a little while. But again, since conference play has started, he has just felt really good about his shot.
Odom short with the 3. Noah Mayusin, the offensive rebound. Mayusin is another guy who's a big contributor off the Arizona State bench. And it leads to a second chance point as Diop hits the jumper.
I mean, you talk about post prospects on the floor tonight. Massamba Diop, he's got to be one of the guys at the top of the list. Maybe not this season, but as he continues to get bigger and stronger and develops into an all-around big, this is a guy at 7'1" that can really be an NBA prospect.
Devin Cambridge short on the 3. And Chris Johnson.
Burst and speed, each and every possession takes a high level of stamina, play after play.
And he's proven to be as durable as any player in the country. He's made 122 straight starts. Hasn't missed a game in 3+ seasons.
Unbelievable. He's not the biggest guy in the world. I mean, he's only about 6'1", 170 on a good day, but he's just tough as nails.
Ball follows up.
The only question is, was it still over the cylinder?
But Jeffrey Anderson was decisive in his call, though he had a similar angle to that camera shot we just showed you.
And you know what's Austin? In Jeffrey, we trust. All right?
Jeffrey Anderson, one of the fan favorites.
No question.
In terms of officials around the country. Johnson has to let it go. Arizona State retreating after that shot went up, so an easy rebound for Burks.
It's a good matchup for Stillwell. Got to look to give him the ball, being defended by Pig Johnson. Oh.
Little push off. Jumper no. And the 2026 season as she attempts to guide the Knights to their 6th consecutive NCAA tournament appearance. It's been a terrific run in Orlando, Coach Paul Malone.
Anytime you can put together that string of NCAA tournament appearances, it's exceptional coaching. It means you're recruiting some good players and you're doing something right.
Yep. Odom working off a screen from Mukeba. Terrific pass by Mo Odom. 2-point game. Burks hesitation. He's cleared for takeoff. Chris Johnson then steals it, but is unable to finish. A couple of highlight reel dunks. First it was Kugel and then Jordan Burks.
I'm telling you, Austin, I mean, we've seen 2 in the first half. Oof.
Deep 3 from Mo Odom. And he is starting to heat up. Missed his first 3 shots, but he's hit his last 2, including that one from deep.
Yeah, and you let this guy go, and he can win you a ball game if you're Arizona State. He did it at Cincy. We're going to have a foul limit. Only 3 fouls, though, in the first half for Arizona State, so no player in any foul trouble for the Sun Devils.
Important for a team that doesn't have a ton of depth.
Yeah.
Big Johnson came and took it away from Stillwell, got hurt in the process.
Oh!
Mukeba at the other end! My goodness!
Yeah, it's like bounce world.
They are treating these fans to quite the display of athleticism. Johnson the last to touch that as Arizona State jumped into a press. Mukeba only 10 total points in the last 4 games. See if that ignites him here in this first half.
I guess UCF's got to take advantage of these switches. Right now, Arizona State's switching 1 through 4. That means Stillwell can be defended by a smaller player.
Cambridge has Odom on him.
Yeah.
Odom, quick hands, forces the turnover.
Yeah, so they got the Stillwell switch with Odom, but then as he rolled underneath the basket, you know that was a lot.
No, we followed it all. Followed it all. You depth explanation there.
That was a telestrator kind of breakdown. My bad.
Arizona State has scored the last 6. These teams have gone back and forth in this first half. Odom, another deep 3, and he connects again. Second 3 for Mo Odom.
Left it all on the floor.
Chick-fil-A milkshakes definitely hit the spot.
Oh, man.
Chris Johnson attacking that Arizona State pressure, gets the shot to go. That ends a 9-0 run. Arizona State's hit their last 4 shots. Quick hands by Stillwell, took it away from Diop. Stillwell patient in the lane, and he's called for an offensive foul.
Don't usually see that one too often. Austin, you know, you see Johnny Dawkins is just really perplexed, confused, baffled, to say the least, by that call. It's gonna say he put that elbow up around the head area, but I didn't see a lot there.
Well, there was contact both ways there.
You were expecting a block, right?
Yeah, the whistle against Stillwell. Wide open Stillwell, unable to hit the 3. Diop with those long arms snares it.
Right now, Themis Fuchs drawing the matchup with Mo Odom. It's not so much the on-ball defender, it's these ball screens and switches. The Knights have got to switch up to prevent the Odom triple.
Diop free throw line jumper around and out. Big Johnson right there to clean it up.
And that's great action from Arizona State. They're going to get what they want offensively if they put Mo Odom and Massamba Diop in ball screens. That's going to be really hard for UCF to defend.
Burks puts it on the deck. We've seen a thunderous dunk. This time, nice touch. He was looking for a foul call there as well.
Then he got that 1-5 ball screen between Diop and Odom.
Stillwell poked it away. No one back, and Stillwell hammers it.
For the BYU, you know, 95 to Colorado. The defensive intensity is what has let them down in their losses. But tonight, only 30 points in the first half for UCF.
Kugel, quick release. That's long. Bowl up high for the rebound. Shovels it to Burks.
That might be the last time you get to say that all season. Bowl shovels it down to Burks for the layup. 17 fella got the rebound and just dropped it off.
Long arms led to a second chance point. Odom around Pacheco. Sets up Mukeba, this time to the reverse.
It's a good finish.
What a first half for Alan Mukeba. Only 10 total points in the last 4 games. And here tonight, he's got 7 off the bench.
Yeah, the combination of him and Anthony
2 for UCF. He's been on the bench. It's picking up that second foul. Burks Odom, you see, with 10 points and 3 assists. UCF starts the second half trailing by 4, trying to build off the momentum of that road win against Colorado over the weekend. And a good start as Jamichael Stillwell takes Gribovich right to the rim.
Yeah, good set right out of halftime from Johnny Dawkins.
Jeffrey Anderson was the 3rd official as part of this crew. He hurt his foot during the first half and is not able to continue. So only 2 officials for the remainder of the game, Kip Kissinger and Brooks Wells. They're not able to see as much of the floor. How might only having 2 officials impact the game?
Another tough shot right there from Bryce Ford. It's not going to affect that. But the difference is going to be that they have to take up so much more space and cover so much more ground. The angles they have for calling these fouls will be different, especially when at this level of basketball, you're used to working in the triangle, right? You're used to working with 3 officials. Well, now they're going back to more of that high school AAU ball style setup with only 2.
I would think, and based on what Brooks Wells told us at the half, there's a chance as you get a look at the 3 by Ford, more off-ball contact, unlikely to be seen without that 3rd official.
100%. That's less likely to be seen. Some of the out-of-bounds calls you may get on the sideline, depending on where these officials are situated and positioned on the floor, may be missed. See, like this half-court line, the official had to roll up to try to see that. That's a little different now that we have 2 officials instead of 3.
Stillwell puts it on the deck. He is
coming out of the locker room. Coach Hurley said the team is in good spirits. They feel good about having the lead, but he said how they played in the first half, it's not sustainable. The biggest focus coming into this half is that the offense must continue producing. Guys.
All right, Ansley, nice touch from Riley Kugel on the baseline. Kugel now with 9. Arizona State 5 first half threes.
They like this isolation with Truitt attacking Stillwell or whoever really is defending him down there to go into that one-on-one with him.
Ford with the shot clock running down, had to let it go. Diop ends up with the rebound. Interior pass to Ford is too much on it. Taken away. Fulks accelerating and fouled by Odom. UCF ball after the turnover. Burks eases his way in on Big Johnson and drops it in.
Just going up and over top the smaller defender. And now with the skirmish and the stoppage of play, let's see which team can get back into a rhythm here, because it's been a stop and go start to the second half. Really nice finish right there for Big Johnson through the contact. He has been really good tonight.
Odom with the steal.
That's going to coincide and sync up with this game having a rhythm of going up and down, back and forth.
At this pace, we could see a lot of free throws in this second half. Already 7 combined fouls, and we haven't played 6 minutes.
And once you have a skirmish like that too, we both know this officiating crew has to call things a little tighter, because you don't want anything else to continue to carry over. So you're absolutely right. We're going to see a good number of fouls here in this one.
Cambridge up top. Way off on that 3. Burks the last to touch it. Cambridge starting to shoot it well the last few games. He had multiple 3s in back-to-back games. First time that's happened this season. But didn't come close with that effort. And then he commits a reach-in foul. Back-to-back whistles against Cambridge, and that's now 5 team fouls against UCF.
And that's just not a good foul in the backcourt by Cambridge. 80 feet from the rim. No need. Just no need for that. That's why he's going to the bench. You know, Austin, sometimes they say the bench is the best teacher. So Devin Cambridge going over to the bench.
Here's Diop. Bol with his hands up, and he gets called for a foul.
In front of his face, but Massamba Diop, again, a guy that can be effective inside. Only 4 points in this ball game, 3 rebounds. This is a guy Arizona State's got to get going. You know, he doesn't have to go for 20, but they do need him up in double figures.
And so now UCF's depth is really being tested here. Remember, they are without Jeremy Fumena, who is their primary backup in the front court. You've got Bol, Stillwell, and Cambridge, all with 3 fouls. And Johnny Dawkins with no choice but to bring back Stillwell, so he is on the floor with 3.
And even primary backup is going to get another foul called here down low as your center, and he's only about 6'8", not the biggest guy.
You're talking about an Arizona State team that goes 6'11", 6'11", 7'1" in the front court.
You got a good move right here from Folks, couldn't convert. But look for Arizona State to go inside to Truitt and go inside to Massamba Diop. If it isn't a feed, those two need to get on the offensive glass right now. This is the time, if you're Truitt and Massamba Diop, offensive rebounding and putbacks. He's being defended by Folks inside. You got to go to him. Bobby Hurley was jumping up and down, saying throw it inside.
Shot clock under 5. Odom has to hoist it off the front rim. Arizona State unable to find the mismatch. Burks working on Grimovich. Kugel the kick to Pacheco. He drops in a 3. Tied at 47 after the first bucket of the night for Carmelo Pacheco. But the Sun Devils in the bonus for the final 13 minutes.
And that's huge, especially with UCF not having the traditional size inside. Feed the post, play through the post, play in the paint.
Burks got a good look. Burks pokes it away from Diop. Will stay with Arizona State.
And, also, Austin, the fact that, we're only down to our 2 officials, Brooke Wells and Kip Kissinger, they're almost having to overcompensate a little bit, right? Because they're moving around more, they're trying to get in position. And the biggest thing they don't want is to just let the game kind of get out of hand and not be making enough calls. So I think in the second half, we've almost seen them, being very aggressive to make calls.
Diop gets a step on Burks, drops it off Mukeba with the hammer. Mukeba's been big off the bench for Arizona State. Sun Devils recapture the lead. Pacheco got bumped with 10. You see Ford on the bench with 11. Ford, a guy who missed 4 games with a hip injury, and it is really a staggering difference. The 3-point percentage and offensive production when he has been out there is significantly better than in the 4 games that he missed.
Allow Noah Mausen to initiate this offense. This is usually a special play, but the Knights are going into a zone look instead.
UCF used this a lot against Colorado on Saturday. They don't get to Grimovich, who cans a 3 from the wing.
And again, at 6'11", it may seem weird to see him taking those shots, but he makes those kind of looks from deep. A 41% 3-point shooter in conference play.
The majority of his looks are from 3. Pacheco unable to answer. Stillwell grabbed. That foul was on Odom. It's his 3rd. So Odom, Johnson, and Grimovich all with 3 for Arizona State. Pacheco unable to hit the 3. UCF has 4 players with 3 fouls. Bol, Cambridge, Stillwell, and Kugel. Pacheco closely watching Ford in the corner, and Ford's got to call a timeout.
That's a defender, just couldn't keep his body off.
That's twice Mukeba's missed the front end of a 1-and-1.
But it's still kind of a win, right, for Arizona State, because you picked up the foul. Obviously, you want to convert, but you picked up the Stillwell foul.
Cambridge ran into Bol. That altered that shot. Folks finds him inside. Diop with a block. Ball ends up with Kugel. A circus act inside by Riley Kugel to get that one to go.
Richie and this 2-3 look from UCF. It may look like a 1-3-1, but careless pass.
The length of Burks leads to a transition dunk, and it's back to a 1-point game.
And so with Anthony Pick Johnson on the bench and Mo Odom on the bench, Mayusin's being asked to handle the point guard duties. And big shot from Gribovich.
Huge three. Gribovich, when his team desperately needed it, comes through with his second three.
It's a huge shot.
Cambridge forces his way inside, defended well by Mukeba. And Arizona State will look to settle things down.
Just a momentum stopper right there from Andre Gribovich, knocking down that triple.
Big minutes here without the two primary ball handlers on the floor. Cambridge fouls. Mayusin hits all three. Arizona State surging. This is their largest lead of the night. Fulks rejected by Diop, and he saves it on the baseline. Burks comes out of there with it. Bounce pass Fulks. The layup doesn't go. A lot of the plays that UCF has been making throughout the season, they have been unable to execute here in the second half.
A real opportunity right here for Arizona State to push this lead to double figures.
Odom, a clean look at a three, and he buries it. 10th three of the night for Arizona State. Johnny Dawkins wanted a timeout, didn't.
The ball that you usually see from a Johnny Dawkins group.
1 of 2 for Odom. Arizona State 5 of 6 from 3 in this half, but 4 of 9 at the free throw line. Burks on the baseline. Diop challenged that on the way up.
Can protect the rim with the best of them. I'm telling you, I mean, this guy will meet you up top like you live on the top floor.
Since the start of Big 12 play, he has become a much larger defensive presence. And there he shows you the offensive skill set. Spinning stretch for UCF. Texas Tech on Saturday, at Houston next Wednesday, and then at Cincinnati. Back-to-back road games. Out of the timeout, Riley Kugel unable to hit the three. UCF in desperate need of an offensive surge. Bounce pass underneath, Stillwell. Good find by Chris Johnson.
You're absolutely right, Austin. I mean, you got two teams in both Texas Tech and Houston who could be Final Four groups. Played an incredible game over the weekend against each other. Have split their season series 1-1. So, yeah, if you're the Knights, this is one of those games that you really want to put in the win column before you go against a couple top 10 teams.
Big Johnson back out there, and a late call against Themis Fulks. Back to an 11-point game, under 7 minutes to go. Kugel around Mayusin, inside Stillwell, score it plus the foul. He protects the rim without fouling. He only has 37 fouls the entire season.
Oh, what a floater.
Odom at the other end breaks the press. Arizona State not allowing UCF to build any momentum. They've answered each of the last 2 scores. Burks bounce pass, stolen away by Johnson. 4-on-2. Odom puts it on the deck. The lob for Diop, unable to finish, but a foul.
Sharp performance, would you say? Just not the cleanest of games you've seen this Knights team play.
I would agree, and in no way has UCF been able to affect Arizona State when the Sun Devils have the ball.
Yeah.
Johnson tees up a three. Desperately needed bucket for UCF. Back to a single-digit margin with under 6 minutes to go. 3-on-1, Johnson, bounce pass, Truitt, momentary bobble, but he regathers and lays it in.
And that's how you break a press. You don't break a press to set up your offense, you break a press to score. Really nice awareness from Arizona State.
Stillwell, too strong off the glass. Kugel the rebound. Folks crosses over on Truitt. Kugel sidesteps and hits a three. Back-to-back triples for UCF after they've struggled from deep all night.
Well, you know, that's the one thing if you're Arizona State you don't want to see happen. You don't want to allow this UCF group to get it going from behind the three-point line, because Kugel Burks can really get it going.
Arizona State has made 7 shots in a row. Odom off his foot, able to regather with under 10 on the shot clock. This feels like a big moment.
Huge possession right here.
Odom, step back three. Kugel comes away with it. UCF looking to push. It's Folks, the kick. Johnson, huge three from the corner to make it open. Get their 16th win of the year with a very challenging schedule coming up. Chris Johnson, great denial on Odom. They finally get it to him with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Big Johnson to the crossover. And a travel is called. Arizona State turns it over. Chance to make it a one-possession game. Folks spins, elevates, and gets a friendly bounce.
That's really good in the biggest moments. His team is Folks. Got ourselves a game, Austin.
Under 4 to go. UCF has scored the last 8. Ford, can he answer? Off the back rim. Johnson comes away with it.
And man, that shot was right on line from our angle, Austin. I mean, just caught the back rim.
Burks challenging Mukeba. No space. Kugel gets a step. A little bit strong, but a foul call. This would be a crushing loss for Arizona State.
No question. With the lead that they had, you know, in 7 minutes to go in this game, it's always tough winning on the road, but when you have a double-figure lead like they did, you look to close those bad boys out. But still, a lot of time with 3 minutes on the clock. A lot can happen, Austin. For Arizona State, you got to get to look Mo Odom back involved in the action.
Odom off the handoff from Diop.
The pass.
Underneath. Couldn't finish. And here comes Folks. He's fouled by Odom. Minutes. The Sun Devils have looked unflappable offensively all night. The UCF has ratcheted up their defensive intensity. Odom, open three. Not this time. Folks comes away with it. Folks around Diop. Stillwell the tip. Out of bounds to Arizona State.
Arizona State in this situation, you're struggling to score. You want to drive the basketball because any foul, you go to the free throw line. So it doesn't even have to be a shooting foul. Any common foul, you get to the free throw line.
Nearly 4 minutes without a point for Arizona State. Odom in between a double underneath. Truitt reverse layup with the shot clock under 5. What a find by Odom.
Nice find, nice cut.
Under 90 seconds to go. Kugel hesitates, challenges Diop. Good defense by Diop. Ball is loose underneath. Kugel comes out of there with it. Burks finds Pacheco. UCF leads on the Carmelo Pacheco three. Under a minute remaining. First lead for UCF since the 6-minute mark of the first. Kugel attacking Mayusin. Creates some space. He'll kick. Burks with a three. Oh, Jordan Burks with a massive shot. UCF struggled from 3 all night. They've caught fire here in the closing minutes. And it's traditionally so good under Bobby Hurley in one-possession games. And that's what we've got here in the closing seconds. Kugel can't find, Ford can't find any space against Kugel. Here's Odom. Off the screen from Diop. UCF double teams in Burks with the deflection and a steal. Fulks is fouled. 6